Hey everyone, Kyle once again, and welcome back to the next episode review for Aharen-San. So I'm saying it shortly, so I don't say the whole entire title. Aharen-San. Episode 2, Am I Kind of Being Followed? And as I'm enjoying this series so far, and it's funny, but it's also cute and charming at the same time. Episode 2 was pretty funny too, but a lot of, but mostly in innocent ways, basically, I can say. So how it opens up with Rido is he's at school, sitting at school. Then all of a sudden, Aharen comes in looking all beat up, and Aharen, Rido is like under the impression, like, was she bullied? You know, was she pissed somebody off? Maybe that's why she looks so beaten up. And on top of that, you know, because he thinks somebody's watching him as well, so, which there is. But the reason why she looks so beat up because she got something in her eye and she couldn't see well in her through one of her eyes, and she kept on bumping into things. Like we don't, as far from the first episode, like, she has no, Aharen has no personal space or boundaries or no depth perception as well, so she couldn't see probably through just one eye. That's why she looks all beaten up. And so Rido offers some like eye drops, right? Like she tries doing it herself, couldn't do it. Plays it in such a cute way, you know. I couldn't help but laugh. And when Rido tries to do it, like, she tries to move, she moves like this, and so to the point where he has to hold her like this, until I get the eye drop on her, with her face all smushed like this, you know. It was a very cute, charming moment, you know. So, and then to the point where Rido thinks someone's watching him. There's until one point where she finally he's like watching it like from home on the way home from the bathroom, whatever, and turns out it's this girl, which we saw at the last episode, watching, and who's a childhood friend of Aharen. I think her name is Oshiro. And when I saw it, I was like, oh, and because Rido looks surprised because she's a big girl, like tall, pretty like the same size as him. And which I'm like, that kind of reminds me, like, I'm seeing another very tall, another tall girl, which that just reminded me of Shinju from My Dress Up Darling. The recent other one I just finished reviewing. My Dress Up Darling, Shinju, she's the younger sister of Juju. Like, despite like Juju is the older sister, but she's small. But yet her younger sister is like twice her size, and she's in middle school while Juju's in high school, right? So yeah, which was made it funny because of how Gojo and Marin's reaction, seeing how tall she is. So yeah, just seeing another tall girl in this one, which remind me of Shinju from My Dress Up Darling. So yeah, and so, like, she looks like she's ready to fight, right? But turns out she's not a fighter. She's a big softie. She's just like being very protective of her childhood friend Reina, which that's her first name, Reina Aharen. So she's just being very protective, like, she's been watching her this whole entire time, kind of protecting her, but, you know, she's, like, being like, you know. And plus, you know, she is, it was funny that also that she, of course, Rido, because Rido's a good guy, though. He just happens to look like he's, has a scary face, right? Even though he's not like that, though. But, Oshiro, that's how you pronounce her name. She looks at Rido because of his face, the way his face looks, and even says that he's scary. And like I said, he's not a scary or a mean guy. He's generally a good guy though. But this is how the way he always looked, you know. And when you see someone like he's scary, you know, it kind of like destroys him. Like it destroys him inside. Basically, he just really gets highly upset and curls up in a ball, like, you know, because he doesn't like that, and just completely destroys basically his self-esteem, basically. And like Aharen like comforts him, and also comforts her friend. She's like being like the big sister to everybody, you know. And despite both of them are twice her size. And like she continues to stalk him, like she's stalking a Rido, like to the point where she's watching him in the bathroom. Like the second time, like as to use a bathroom that's not like in a perverted way, right? Because like the first episode when Ahiro was like throwing a note to Rido when he was using the bathroom, which was kind of funny. And here she's just like she's not looking in the bathroom, she's just watching. She's just right outside the door, but he knows that she's there. That's funny. You know, in Poor War, she's like walking through an alley. And she's like climbed on the top of the wall. It's like a Spider-Man move, right? Or from a very distance using binoculars. So yeah, the Oshiro is a very funny supporting character, which I like her already. Like you said, she's a big girl though, but immediately she's like ready to a fight though, but she's just a very innocent girl who's, you know, acts like a crybaby. Like, oh, I'm so sorry, I didn't do all that stuff, right? But she's just trying to be very protective of her friend. Even though that Ahira knew the whole time she was stalking, she was stalking them, you know. So, and then you get to the very funny point of this episode is when Rido, he doesn't notice how dense he is. He doesn't even notice, which it's relatable because, well, you know, Rido doesn't realize his fly is down. You know, his pants zipper is wide open. And Aharen sees his flies open and sees he's wearing strawberry boxers. But the guy does not notice the whole entire time. Until when he finally gets home from school, his little sister finally notices and he's like, "Oh, I'm destroyed inside," basically. Which, yeah, it is like, I'm sure a lot of guys forget to zip their pants up, you know. Which I admit, couple of times, yes, I can be pretty dense or non-observant either, because sometimes I don't notice my flies down either. Yeah, sometimes I'm not that observant. I do admit that. But like a lot of guys, I'm saying I'm not the only one. I'm sure a lot of guys forget to zip their pants up. But it was the whole funny that he doesn't notice the whole entire time. On top of that, though, like Ahira has a bit of a cold, that she's wearing a mask, and yeah, wearing a mask, yeah. But she's wearing a cold. She has a cold, okay. But that's what she notices. But she tries to tell him, but once again, she speaks so softly. He can't even hear her. So she tries to like give hints to Rido, like she does her best to protect him, like from people seeing his open zipper. Like she volunteers to write something or to answer something on a board, and she writes does a diagram drawing of, you know, of the open zipper, like basically try to zip your pants up, but the guy doesn't get it. Or other place where she tries to like uses an apple to shield as a shield, or a desk, or she's using her own body to protect him from everyone seeing his flies down. I thought it's like I said, she's an innocent girl, but she, like, you know, wants to care to protect her friend basically. And then the part where they're walking into the town, and he notices through the reflection in the window, which he may see, knows it. No, he doesn't. He is saying, "Oh, Aharen, I noticed he got a haircut," which she never did. Once again, it shows how dense the guy is. Until when he finally gets home, that's when his little sister notices it, tells him, and he's like, "Oh, that's what she was trying to tell me the whole entire time." Oh, it just completely destroys him inside. Like he didn't notice it from from the whole entire time. Yeah, so he wanted to say thanks and all that stuff, and then was a report where when it was raining, where Oshiro notices that she doesn't have an umbrella, so she wanted to lend Ahiren hers, and then but she doesn't get it though. Ahiren first gives it to a staff member, but she gets it back. She puts it on her desk this time. And then Iris sees it again. She goes and puts a ceiling, tries to put a ceiling spell on the umbrella. It's cursed. But then Iris had an umbrella the whole entire time, so she wants to it's she's using it to shield Oshiro, right? And she's standing on her tippy toes because she's so short and she's so tall. And then she's getting wet, and then Oshiro offers her sweater, saying thank you, and it tells her she knows that she was stalking her the whole entire time. Like I said, I've enjoyed these characters a lot. Now, like I said, same. Sorry, I'm so sorry. But was it the same enjoyment I got from Marin and Gojo from My Dress Up Darling? No, because I've enjoyed those two more because their chemistry was in sync, perfect. But it doesn't mean I enjoy these characters less because Raido, and Ahiren, and now with a new addition with Oshiro, I've enjoyed these characters. These characters are great. It's like I said, it's charming, wholesome, funny at the same time, and I'm enjoying it. And after the credits, when Raido and Ahiren wants to play this game, I forget what the name of this game is called. I never played it, so I wouldn't understand anyway. Raido wants Ahiren to be very serious, because he said she's holding back to play, right? But he wants her to be serious in playing it, and when she does, she wins. She beat him 3 times, I think. So yeah. So yeah, episode 2 was a very fun episode. So I'm looking forward to seeing more. Sorry, I'm tired. But I'm looking forward to seeing more. See more with Oshiro and more fun banter between the two of Raido and Ahiren. The show has been really fun so far. I enjoy the characters, so I'm looking forward to seeing more now. So episode 2, I'm being kind of followed. Really good episode, really am. So yeah, thanks for watching. Stay tuned for the next, which I'll be starting reviewing the next two animes I'll be doing, which is Shishiki isn't a cutie, and then Spy Family. Those are coming up next. The start of those seasons. So looking forward to doing those, and we'll see you all later.